Slavery in North America. Between the years 1704 to 1740, the number of Africans taken to British America as slaves dramatically increased. In 1731, the King of Spain gave Britain a monopoly on supplying slaves to Spanish colonies, mostly in South and Central America. This led to an extra 75,000 slaves being transported to America between 1713 and 1739. The Atlantic Trade Triangle was a colonial trade route that linked three locations spanning the Atlantic Ocean. This involved raw materials being shipped from North America and the West Indies to Britain and Europe. Manufactured goods were then shipped to Europe and Africa, where they would be exchanged for slaves who were then transported from Africa to North America and the West Indies. Slavery had a huge impact on the development of tobacco and rice plantations. Both tobacco and rice plantations were very labour-intensive, meaning that slaves worked hard in very difficult conditions. Slaves brought knowledge and expertise around cultivation and helped to produce efficient systems that led to rice and tobacco production being very profitable for landowners. In Chesapeake and South Carolina, many slaves worked on plantations, which meant that the Southern economy was heavily dependent on slavery. However, slaves had no legal rights or freedoms and were often treated very harshly by slave owners. Many slaves tried to run away, becoming fugitives. However, few were successful due to the formation of militia, which caught fugitive slaves for a reward. People who were captured were punished harshly, which acted as a deterrent to others attempting to escape. In 1733, the King of Spain promised to free any slave if they went to Florida, converted to Catholicism, and worked as a servant. And by 1738, this policy no longer involved the requirement to become a servant. This offer of freedom inspired more rebellions and runaways from nearby colonies such as South Carolina. However, by 1740, South Carolina's government passed a new slave code which aimed to further limit the movement of slaves.